Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the glands of the skin. So in the glands of the skin, first we have sweat glands. So in the sweat glands, first I will draw the picture. So this is the epidermis, and below the epidermis we have the dermis, and below that we have subcutaneous layer. So in the we have the sweat gland is present in the actually it is present in dermis and epidermis. It is present directly on the skin. You have the duct, the sweat gland is mainly present on the dermis, and the duct of the sweat gland will go and open outside through the epidermis. Now this sweat gland opens directly on the skin, and you have merocrine glands, and we also have eccrine glands. This can be either merocrine gland or also called as eccrine gland. These sweat glands are present in more densely over the palms, soles and forehead. They are present in more density in palms, soles and forehead. They are absent in vermilion border of the lip. They are absent in nail bed, in labia minora. They are absent in glans penis and on the inner surface of prepuce. So the sweat glands are absent in vermilion border of lip, nail bed, labia minora, glans penis and inner surface of prepuce. These sweat glands are under the cholinergic control and heat and stress. These are under cholinergic control, heat and stress. Now the most important thing is about the sweat glands. Now so this is about the sweat glands. Sweat glands can be divided into two types. They can be either they are of two types. One, we have eccrine sweat glands or merocrine sweat glands, where the duct opens directly outside, and then we have apocrine sweat glands, where the duct opens in the hair follicles. So this is the sweat gland which opens directly to the outside, and this is the eccrine or merocrine sweat glands because it is opening directly to outside. Then we have apocrine sweat glands. In apocrine sweat glands, if you see, this is the hair follicle. So now the sweat gland is present in the dermis and it opens over this hair follicle. So this is the sweat gland which is opening into the hair follicle. Right? Now, if you see the eccrine or merocrine sweat glands, here the duct opens out directly. In apocrine sweat glands, the duct opens along with hair follicle. Eccrine sweat glands are present everywhere. Apocrine sweat glands are mainly present in the areola, groin and axilla. Eccrine sweat glands have cholinergic control. Apocrine sweat glands are under the adrenergic control. Now if we see the defects, eccrine sweat glands have type 1, which is anhidrosis, where there is absence of sweating. Then we have hyperhidrosis, where there is increased sweating is seen in hyperhidrosis. Miliaria. In miliaria, you will see blockade of the sweat gland duct is seen. Then we have hydrocytoma, where there is malformation leads to retention of the sweat. Then we have neutrophilic eccrine hidradenitis. This neutrophilic eccrine hidradenitis includes acute myeloid leukemia. This includes acute myeloid leukemia, and it also includes non-Hodgkin's lymphoma undergoing chemotherapy are seen in neutrophilic eccrine hidradenitis. Now, the defect in apocrine sweat glands include: number 1, we have bromhidrosis, which is foul smelling sweat. That is sweat, not swelling, sweat. Then we have chromhidrosis, which is colored sweat. Then we have Fox-Fordyce disease, where you see blockade of apocrine sweat glands is seen in Fox-Fordyce disease, where there is blockade of apocrine sweat glands. This is most commonly seen in females, that too in the second decade. Then you will see the presence of itchy papules over the axilla in Fox-Fordyce disease. Now about the miliaria. Miliaria is of So this is about these are the itchy papules which you see in the Fox-Fordyce disease. These are the itchy papules in the axilla seen in Fox-Fordyce disease. So now the fourth one is hidradenitis suppurativa. Hidradenitis suppurativa is, we have an discharging interconnected sinuses are present with scarring. So these are the many sinuses and these are interconnected and this is associated with scarring. So discharging interconnecting sinuses with scarring is seen in hidradenitis suppurativa. The treatment of hidradenitis suppurativa is tumor necrosis factor alpha inhibitor, which is adalimumab, which is also used in psoriasis. So this is about hidradenitis suppurativa. Then we have miliaria. In the miliaria, first we have miliaria crystallina. In the miliaria crystallina, here there is blockade in the superficial opening of stratum corneum. So this is the sweat gland. This is the duct of the sweat gland. Here the blockade is present in the superficial opening of stratum corneum is miliaria crystallina. The blockade is present here in the superficial opening. Then we have the second one, which is miliaria rubra. In the miliaria rubra, you will see that there is blockade of eccrine sweat gland is present in the Malpighian layer. So this is the sweat gland. Here blockade of eccrine sweat gland is seen in Malpighian layer. That is here. That is miliaria rubra. That includes blockade of eccrine sweat glands in Malpighian layer. Right. Next, eccrine duct in Malpighian layer. Then we have miliaria profunda. This is the blockade which you see, right? Next we have third one, which is miliaria profunda. In the miliaria profunda, here the blockade is present mainly in the dermoepidermal junction. This is the sweat gland. Now the blockade is present at the dermoepidermal junction in the complete gland. So this is miliaria profunda. This is the dermoepidermal junction. Here you will see the blockade. Now after miliaria profunda, now next important thing is about the sebaceous glands. Now we have sebaceous glands. These sebaceous glands will mainly open into the hair follicle. So if you see, this is the dermis, and in the dermis, in the hair follicle, this is the hair follicle. Now these sebaceous glands will open onto the hair follicle, right? So this is the sebaceous gland which will open into the hair follicle, and these sebaceous glands are present all over the body except at palms and soles. These sebaceous glands are more densely present on the face, chest, back and shoulder and genitalia, and also external auditory meatus. These sebaceous glands are mainly holocrine type of glands. These are present mostly active during puberty. These are mostly active during puberty. So we have the activity of these sebaceous glands. These sebaceous glands are activated by androgens, ACTH, prolactin and growth hormone. These are inhibited by estrogens. Whenever there is defect in sebaceous glands include first and foremost important defect is acne vulgaris, which we will learn in our next class, and rosacea are the two diseases which occur due to sebaceous gland issues. And there is something called as modified sebaceous glands or ectopic sebaceous glands. These are the sebaceous glands which are modified, and they are given new names. These sebaceous glands are present alone. So these modified sebaceous glands are present alone. So if you see these modified sebaceous glands, first we have So this is a person. So in him, I'll show you, mark you all the modified sebaceous glands. First we have meibomian glands, or Zeiss glands are present in the eyelid. In the eyelid, meibomian glands or Zeiss glands are present in the eyelid. Fox Fordyce spots are present on the lips most commonly, that too on the upper lips. These Fordyce spots are also present in buccal mucosa. They are present in skin over the penile shaft, areola of the breast, small multiple yellowish papules. See, these are Fordyce spots which are present in modified sebaceous glands. Do not confuse it with Fordyce disease, because Fordyce disease is the itchy papules in the axilla which occur due to the sweat glands, due to the blockade of apocrine sweat glands. That is Fox Fordyce disease. Whereas Fordyce spots are the modified sebaceous glands. You should not get confused in these both. Then if you see on the lips, we will see presence of small multiple yellowish papules are present, which are called as Fordyce spots. Then the next important modified sebaceous gland or ectopic sebaceous gland is Montgomery tubercles. These Montgomery tubercles are present in the areola. In the areola of breast, we have Montgomery tubercles. Then one more modified sebaceous glands are Tyson's glands, which are present in glans and prepuce. In the glans and prepuce, we have Tyson's glands. Then we have to learn about the modified apocrine sweat glands. There are also modified apocrine sweat glands are present. So these modified apocrine sweat glands are mainly three. One, we have cerumen glands are present in the ear. Then we have Moll's gland is present in the Moll's glands, and also mammary glands. These are the modified apocrine glands or sweat glands. So this is about the sweat glands and sebaceous glands. Thank you for watching.